What's up everyone, Will Walker here, and today is Film School Friday.
1, 2, 3, listen.
Okay, so I know that was a Peter McKinnon thing. Did I do it justice, Peter? Both Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat just put out videos on the DJI Ronin S. Coincidentally, a company, Accsoon, reached out to me and asked if I would try out their 3-axis gimbal, which I have here. This is the Accsoon A1 3-axis gimbal, and I gotta say, this thing is super cool. Alright guys, let's just jump right in and see kind of what sort of dynamic shots you can get with this 3-axis gimbal. Just like any kind of stabilizer, the key is to get your rig balanced. After I shimmied this way and scooched back that way, I turned the gimbal on. Once I fooled with it a little bit to figure out the controls, I took it down to the shop to shoot some test footage. The gimbal has 3 motors that control tilt, pan, and roll. It's got different modes that engage the different motors. One of my favorites is the pan follow, which allows you to turn your wrist to make the camera pan left or right while keeping the camera level. Shooting at a high frame rate to slow it down in post, you can really snake your way through a scene in a way that I haven't been able to do before. Another function is the 3-axis lock. You can control the camera movement with the joystick, but once you've found your shot, the gimbal will keep the camera locked on its axes, so you can use it more or less like a slider. Something I was really surprised by was the app. The app can do a lot of things like update firmware and control the gimbal remotely, but the coolest feature was the creative features, specifically the motion control. You can set different points along a path and a duration of time, then hit start. I can see this being insanely beneficial to me. There's also a time-lapse mode, which I have yet to explore, but longtime viewers of my channel know that I love time-lapses. I guess one of the biggest selling factors is stabilized video in a portable package. Here, my daughter is seeing her birthday present for the first time and running while I follow her. I haven't slowed this down or run the warp stabilizer, and I'm still practicing. It was a very exciting day. Alright, so my initial impression of the Accsoon A1 gimbal is very good. Full disclosure, the company did send me the gimbal and said, hey, we love your Film School Fridays, would you want to review our 3-axis gimbal? And I said, yes, I would love to review your 3-axis gimbal. So this is a very honest review. I did tell them that I would let them know if there were any things that I wasn't crazy about. And to be honest, it's all a lot of minor stuff. The knobs that you turn to adjust the settings to get the camera balanced, they feel just a little bit cheap. The space in the cradle that holds the camera is a little bit tight, so as I pivot into what they call flashlight mode, it's a little bit tight. I actually had to take the eye cup off of my Sony because I had to get this thing balanced. And this is a pretty normal setup with a Sony a7S II, a Metabones adapter, and a Canon 24-70. I am very impressed with how much weight this small gimbal can handle and balance. One small gripe was the auto-tune feature in the app that's supposed to kind of measure the weight and balance of your camera and then balance each motor's power to that specific camera weight and balance. It doesn't work very well. So when I first hooked this up, got everything to where it was pretty well balanced, and then did the auto tune, when I would take the camera like this motor back here would vibrate a lot. And I thought that there was something wrong with the unit, but there's not. I actually went in through the app. You can manually adjust the power settings of each motor, and that solved the problem just fine. I did hook up the USB cable to the gimbal and the camera, which is supposed to be able to control recording and not recording for Sony, and it was acting a little funny. I might need to investigate that a little bit more, but that's not a big deal because I can just hit the record button on the side of my camera when I want to start a scene, and it's not a big deal. Something I absolutely love with this gimbal is the app that you can get for your phone. I'm not an app guy. I think apps are cumbersome and a little finicky, and they never work the way that you want them to work. And anyway, this app is incredible. It's got a creative mode, and in that creative mode there are 4 modes in that menu box, which would be motion control, time lapse, ultra wide angle, and panorama. I absolutely love using the motion control in the app. It enables me to create fluid scenes and introduce motion into my shops in a one-man shop, which is incredible. I can set a path over a certain length of time that I want the camera to start at point A, end at point B, and it starts going, and I just think that is incredibly dynamic and awesome. So it's $500 on Amazon, and the DJI Ronin S is pre-selling right now for $700. So there's a $200 difference. I think that for that $200, I can take those small grapes that I have. I think this is a super powerful filmmaker's tool. I know $500 isn't a drop in the bucket, but I think it's super powerful and well worth it when it comes down to it. It seems like the battery life on it is really, really great. I think it's 13 or 15 hours, far, far longer than the camera batteries that Sony uses. And Canon, they have excellent battery life on their cameras, but 13 or 15 hours is really pretty incredible. This is Film School Wednesday. It's not on Friday, and you guys have been telling me how much you like these, and so with the kind of all the other 3-axis gimbal videos coming out right now, I thought I'd push it up a couple days and give my thoughts on this alternative to the DJI. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that button and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I release videos. If you like this video and like what I'm doing, let me know in the comments section. There will be more build videos specifically on that live edge bench that you saw me do kind of these test footage on. Until next time, guys, I'm Will Walker. This is the William Walker Company Project channel. I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for watching.